everybody. Welcome. This is Tanks for the Mammeries, and we are playing Armored Warfare. And today I have a very special two-part episode for you guys. This is really exciting. I'm very happy to be doing this. I hope you guys will watch this and be really interested in it, because we're doing a new series today, and it's called Tank Gear. It's kind of like Top Gear, which was the British BBC TV show about cars and interviewing people and having fun with it and all that sort of stuff. So today we're introducing a new series called Tank Gear, and I'm very, very excited to have with me today, doing this two-part series, two of the guys who work directly for Obsidian Entertainment on Armored Warfare, who are involved in creating the different maps and missions and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into the introductions, and then we're going to get into a couple of games with each of these guys. We'll be asking questions as we play. We'll be getting their feedback. We'll be able to talk to them about sort of what we're doing, what they're doing, and how the game is progressing. So stick around. I'm really excited about this, and I'm just going to go ahead and get right into the introduction. So, you know, I've written all this stuff down. I've got my pieces of paper right here. So just stick with me here so I don't get all, like, flustered with it, because I'm fanboying big time. All right, so
Okay.
so I got the guys on the other line. Guys, say hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Right, good. So what we have, hi everybody. Today we're doing a very special inaugural double episode of the new series Tank Gear. Similar to the series that I do with that other company we're not going to name, but it has boats. My plan is to find some interesting people that I can sucker, kind of convince into playing a few rounds of Armored Warfare with me, while I get all up in their personal business. I try and pry some cool game tips from them and experiences from them about, you know, what the game is like while we kill tanks. The reason the premiere episode is going to be a two-parter is because we have two very special guests today, and I want to make sure that we have ample opportunity to speak with both of them. Please help me welcome Gus Amador, atmosphere artist, and Drew Hamill, who is the map designer. Both Gus and Drew are employed by Obsidian Entertainment and work directly on Armored Warfare. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm really pleased you're able to take the time to sit down and play a few games with me. So, you know, I know you guys are out in California. I'm over in D.C., so we've got a little bit of a time difference, and it is a Sunday, so thanks very much for taking the time. Gus, I understand, like I said, you guys are in California. Drew, you're out there with him directly right now, sitting next to him at the computer. Is that correct?
That's
Yeah.
correct, yeah.
Perfect. So before we get into the game, guys, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Armored Warfare?
You want to start? Or-
Sure, I'll go ahead and start.
So who is this right now talking?
This is Drew.
Okay.
I'm a junior level designer for Obsidian here. This is actually the first project I've ever worked on out of college.
Wow, all right.
So as soon as I graduated and applied here, and they seemed to like what I had and like what I had to say, so I'm just honored to be here working on this project.
Outstanding. Very cool. So were you involved with the military or anything like that before, or did you just get out of school and say, man, I'm in the video game industry, this is what I'm doing?
Pretty much the latter right there. I don't have any military experience. I went to a school specifically for video game design, and I'm just really excited to be out doing it now.
Okay, so let me explain to folks what's going on. So in a room somewhere in the bowels of Obsidian Entertainment out in California, I've got Gus and Drew sitting side by side with a computer. And one of them is going to play while the other is talking. And now that I found out that Drew has absolutely no armored experience whatsoever, I'm sort of wondering how this first series of games is going to go. But we'll just move on to that. So, all right, so cool. This is obviously the biggest title you've ever worked on, Drew. But Gus, this is not the biggest title for you, is it?
It depends on how you define big. For me, this is the best title I feel like I've worked on
Okay.
thus far.
Good. They're gonna like that when this goes up on air.
I put a lot more of my heart and soul into this project than I have in any other project. For me, I got to Obsidian Entertainment because in the past I worked at EA,
Right.
and I worked on Medal of Honor and Army of Two,
Right.
and a couple of my friends from that company ended up coming to Obsidian
Okay.
after Danger Close, which was the little studio that made Medal of Honor, kind of went under.
Right.
When they came here, because I was already in the kind of modern warfare art genre,
Yeah.
they kind of they brought me in.
But
And I-
that's more of a shooter, right?
It's more of a shooter, but the thing is, environment art wise, because I'm an environment artist, so
Yeah,
so
good point.
the environments are pretty similar.
Right. No,
So,
that's true. They're very, very similar.
mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool.
So
Yeah, so that wipes out that question for me because I was like, so you've done your work on a number of previous shooters like Army of Two and Medal of Honor.
mm-hmm.
Uh, okay, so what do you think of a tank game?
At first, okay, I'll be honest. At first, I hadn't played World of Tanks when I first got here. I didn't even know I was going to be on this project because it was very
Yeah,
hush hush.
right.
Because we wanted to basically get a good thing started before we announced. So
Yeah.
so they didn't even tell me what I was working on when I first got here.
Okay.
And it being Obsidian Entertainment, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be an RPG. Like I'm totally not gonna be on a modern warfare game.
Right.
But
And
it ended up being
it's
ended up being this. Sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
No. It's sorry. Talk over me, man. I'm already. I'm drinking beer. I'm already on number 3 of the Raging Pitch Belgian style IPA from Flying Dog,
Nice.
and this is 8.3 alcohol content.
Nice.
So I'm working my way through this. So, all right. Now I promised that I was going to not curse as much during this interview because I know your corporate guys. I don't want the corporate guys to be like, we're never talking to that bastard again. But so I'll try and keep that down a little bit. So, all right. So you guys are both in here. How many people are in the office with you there, approximately?
On Sunday or
No, just in general. Like how many guys have you got cranking this game out?
I don't even know. It's gotten pretty huge.
It's probably triple digits by now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think at least like 120, but I'm not sure. Like there's no real like it's gotten to the point where we kind of lost count. Like
Right.
when I started when this project was really young, the entire studio was probably just what Armored Warfare is now. That's
Okay.
the entire number of people in the studio. But
Right.
now that number is just Armored Warfare.
Gotcha.
At least it feels like because we've
Okay.
taken over most of the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. So, all right. So, the reason that I got to you guys, and let me explain a little bit of this to the crowd that's hopefully going to watch this thing. You guys were both involved in the PvE mission called Albatross,
Yep.
so I did a video on Albatross, which I hope my YouTube followers have actually watched, and I just was talking about how cool Albatross was, and then out of the blue, Gus shoots me a note on my Albatross video saying, "Man, I'm really glad you liked it. This is sort of the first one of these I worked on." And jump in, Gus. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
But,
yeah,
but it was like I was like, "Oh, holy shit! Here's a guy from, or holy crap! Here's a guy from, the company getting my direct feedback on something that he worked on." And I realized that in Russia, the other company gets feedback from their players and stuff like that, but I'm a nobody, and for me to get direct feedback, not from the company or from the customer service people or the marketing folks or whatever, but from a dude who's actually programming the ones and zeros into the game to create the environment that we see, I was like, holy shit, this is really cool. And I had not talked to anybody there before this about sort of what my thoughts were. And then so Gus and I got to talking a little bit, and I was like, we really need to do a video. And then he said, well, let me get Drew, who also was involved in the mapping for Albatross. Right, Drew?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And they were like, yeah, we'd love to do this. So this is how this all came up, and they got permission from folks hired to do this and for me to promise that I wasn't going to be stupid about it and all that. And so, let's talk. I really want to talk about Albatross for a second. And before we do that, let's do this because I know folks are really not interested in looking at my garage. So we're both looking at the Challenger 1 Wolf Edition tank, which is the premium tank that you were able to get as part of the Wolf Pack a couple of weeks back. Is it still available? I'm not. I don't know if it's.
Sure.
I don't know if it's
Yeah,
still
I don't
available or
know.
not. But so what's going to happen is I'm going to play with one of these guys while the other one pretty much talks to me, and then we'll switch out. So we're both going to play the Challenger 1 in a PvE mission, and tell me. All right. So tell me what you guys have got loaded up as far as the commander, and then as far as the retrofits on this tank, and then we'll get back into the questions about Albatross.
Okay. I think
Well, I can talk a little bit about it. I mean, I'm actually on Gus's account, so I don't have mine set up, but I'm trying to set up his Challenger 1 the way that I would set mine up.
Okay.
So drop a bunch of the HE ammo, get a lot more of the AP ammo.
Right.
Gonna train the crew. So the driver, I normally try and get the turret transversal
Okay.
and aim while moving,
Okay.
just so I have a quicker aim on targets that appear, and so that I can try and keep up with any light tanks or VBLs or whatever that try and drive circles around me.
Okay. And
Moving on.
let me stop you there real quick
Yeah.
because two things about that. One is there's going to be a patch coming up, and correct me if I'm wrong. There's a patch coming up that's going to change a bit about the main battle tank's ability to turn their turrets so that light tanks will have the ability to flank a bit easier and reduce some of the effectiveness or overpoweredness of the main battle tanks. Is that correct?
I believe that is the plan currently, yes.
Okay. So one thing I did for this, and I'll just throw my thought out there, is I did spin to win on this tank in particular because I want the hull traverse to be as good as possible to continue to keep my frontal armor, because this tank is like the video game tank. It's the one that's supposed to be able to absorb all of the punishment. Because the gun, frankly, is not the greatest on this. So
Yeah.
I want to be able to take all the hits in the front where the armor's the strongest. So I did spin to win, and then I did off-road driving because this tank is slow and ponderous. But the way you're talking about your crew makes sense from the standpoint of for the rest of the main battle tanks, whether it's the Russians, the Americans, or frankly some of the other British tanks. But anyway, go ahead. All right, so what's next on the crew?
Well, then down to the gunner, or rather the
Yeah, the gunner.
yeah, okay.
Am I screwing you up? Am I totally screwing you up here?
A little bit. Also, I'm
Perfect.
just trying to.
Awesome. Awesome.
He's trying to set up the crew skills.
Sorry, I was trying to look back at the crew skills so I can give you all the proper names, because I actually don't have the proper names all memorized for all of the abilities. I just know what they do.
If you just
So
select
yeah, I
one of
can
them.
find them now.
Yeah, all right.
I get
No worries.
do the twist to stack the transverse speed on the turret
Okay.
with the spin to win, so I
Cool.
can help keep
Yeah.
up and keep the front facing towards the targets. Then I also get quick draw.
Yep.
Just
Yeah, that's what I have for my
Aiming
gunners.
backwards.
I've got quick draw and spin and do the twist. Yep.
Mhm.
Good there. And then your
And then I'm
loader.
throwing on the reload speed for rapid fire.
Yep.
And then probably gonna go with explosive shells because I'm not gonna switch ammo so much at all.
Okay. I did secured ammo. Just I always figure the ammo rack is the way to go on that one. And then who's your commander for this tank?
So I hadn't set that yet. Let's see. Right now it's defaulted to Philip.
Okay.
But if I remember correctly, the one that I prefer to you don't have him.
Yeah, I'm not having.
No. I think he's I forget where I got him from. I think he's an artillery guy that you unlock.
Ayano Santa?
Yeah, he's trying.
It's
yeah.
Juan Carlos.
Oh, Juan
yeah.
Carlos. Oh, really? Hang on.
Yes.
All right, hang on.
I like Juan Carlos for this.
You can buy him.
Do you mind if I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Although he'll be completely newbie. Switch back.
Oh, is that for that?
Oh,
Really? You use Juan Carlos for this guy?
let's see.
Interesting.
No, I might be getting them mixed up, but he doesn't have the other one I use.
I like the guy with the big gas mask on his face.
Oh yeah, Stannis. Yeah,
Yeah. No, Santa. Iona
that's
Santa.
it. That's it.
I like him.
That's the other one I don't have unlocked on this account.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd probably be the one that would be better. I
Okay.
like setting people on fire.
Yeah, I do too. Because this tank's damage potential really isn't all that much, but if in each battle you can set one guy on fire, you're just going to farm the extra damage points. So I kind of figure that's the guy to go with on this one.
Yeah.
please God, talk to somebody there, and I'll send you a check if I have to get them to get this gun some better ammunition. Jesus Christ, this thing.
All right, so I got the commander and crew and the ammo set up.
All right, retrofits.
Retrofit.
Oh wait, hang on. Ammo. Let's go back to ammo. All right, so I've got 43 rounds of the fin stabilized discarding sabot, and I have 5 rounds of the Hesh. That's it. That's all I carry on this tank.
I just rounded to 10 for the Hesh, so
Yeah.
I kept the Hesh at 10 just in case it does prove useful. If I can't manage to flank an MBT that I need to shoot in the face,
Okay.
I have something.
I found the Hesh to actually be pretty good for going up against the Terminators. Randomly, weird. It's good for the Terminators.
Those are picky targets.
Yeah, it's usually good. Like I sometimes use it for tracking vehicles so that I can flank them, or for like AFVs that are pestering me.
Good point. Yeah, that's good for them too. Yeah. All right. So so retrofits.
Yeah, actually ran out of money at retrofits.
Damn, guys. Y'all are supposed to have the super platinum accounts.
I haven't been playing enough.
Or you've been spending on all your other tanks.
Yeah, and I think I just bought a new tank the last time I played.
Oh, well, okay, all right. We'll save that question for when we're off air, as to how the hell that happened. But for now, let's let it go.
I can go through what I would put on it going through.
I mean,
so.
if you want, you can convert some of my gold, because I have enough gold for him to convert.
Okay.
Just put a couple thousand.
Need more than that. Oh.
That should give me plenty of money.
Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, she could be playing money.
There we go. All right.
You sound like me and my girlfriend's. Like, well, you should have plenty of money in that account. You should convert some of that shit to gold for me.
Let's see.
Oh,
so
let me make sure she's not listening somewhere. Okay, we're good. We're all right.
Universal. Probably gonna go for reload time again. Hate the reload time on most of these MVPs.
Okay.
Yeah, if I have it.
He's got gyroscopic stabilizers, so I'll probably get that because it's still got 5% pretty much reload time, while still giving me the 10% aim time. So I'm gonna go with that.
I don't have any Mark III.
Yeah, that's just the Mark II.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Mark III random things here and there, but there's some stuff that I don't have yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with the magnetic actuator to do damage and aim time.
Yeah, that's the one we're missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would prefer that one over the
Gyroscopic.
the stabilizer.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't gotten that one yet. I've been slacking up on playing Artie, which is weird because I'm like the Artie guy at Obsidian.
Yeah. We're the few people who play Artie here.
Listen, I got to tell you, I'll play a few games and I'll be like, you know what, I'm going to go to Artie because I really enjoy Artie in this game. Even though the damage is pathetic per shot, the actual value that you get at the end in experience and credits is really good. I'm completely pleased with how this works for Artie, and also the fact that you've got smoke and illum rounds. It means you really do contribute to your team in the crunch.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of maps out there. I forget which one it is. There's one where you start on a hillside, you cross a bridge, and you have to defend a bunch of different missile sites against the bad guys. And
Perseus?
It's probably Perseus. I hadn't played it in a while. But at the end, at the very end of the game, artillery is what makes this thing, you actually win it or don't win it on hard. Frankly, that is, if you've got a decent artillery player who's on the ball, you're down at the very end of that map. You're down to one tank and your artillery guy, and he's the one that's going to actually win that mission.
Yeah, artillery contribute a lot.
Yep.
To the teamwork element of the gameplay that we're trying to get.
Yeah. What I do wish is that there was, although artillery does do a lot of damage to modules, I do wish that they would cause more fires. I rarely actually get fires with artillery, even when I'm using using commanders who are supposed to be good at starting fires.
Mhm.
And I would love to see more fire. But the fact of the matter is, no matter what, at this point in time, I think the balance is really good. Even though damage is low, you do get credit and you get reputation and stuff for really contributing to the team. And I think that's hugely different between this and the other game we won't mention.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was uh, the lead designer. I think on that was Charlie, and that's one of the things I think he was really trying to do with Artie, and he's trying to do with all the things is really make it so that everything is kind of more of a team play based thing. So everything has its role,
Yeah.
and then they work together. And
Yep.
if a team works together, then they should be able to really just mop everything around them.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt about it. So, all right, so I got us off topic here. Go into the rest of your retrofits. What are you doing for your armor retrofit?
All right, so for the two armor retrofits, I again have slim pickings, but I'm gonna get the internal hull reinforcement.
Yep.
It's for the flat health increase.
Okay.
And then I'm not too worried about getting tracked. Um, it happens sometimes, but if they're hitting me from the side, then they're already going to be able to get behind me, I think.
Yeah.
So I just went for the other, the spall liner, the improved spall liner for
Okay.
more health, and so I don't lose any crew.
Yep. Very cool. So, do you set these up differently between PvE and PvP?
You could. I normally don't take the
Okay.
time.
Yeah,
I
I
just
don't
whatever feel like playing, I just jump into with what the loadout I already have set up. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got the reinforced ammo rack and the improved spall liner. That's where I went with that.
hmm
All right. So, what about technology?
And then technology. So I'm not too worried about most of the other things because I'm not gonna be spotting for myself mostly. I'm not
Right.
worried about people spotting me. Um, Crew and component saves isn't as big of a deal. So I went with the intercom system.
Exactly.
Just a flat upgrade across the board, I think is worth it.
Yep. I agree with that. All right. Cool. All right. Well, let's do this. Let me flip through the questions here. Just make sure I didn't screw anything up. Okay. So we're ready to go ahead and push the button. So let me see what we have. Let's roll the dice and see what we got in the way of the daily contract PvE missions. The hard mission is Kodiak. Uh-oh, something happened to somebody. What happened?
What happened?
Oh, I just readied up, so when you're ready,
Oh,
you
right.
can
All right.
start.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me find this. Let me ready up. And, oh, we're about to... Well, all right, it just changed. So, the new hard mission is Dire Wolf.
Okay.
Want to try that one?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. All right, so while we're joining the mission, which is very fast, actually. All right, that screwed me up. That screwed up my whole next series of questions.
We still gotta load in.
Yeah,
so-
well,
Yeah,
some time
it's
on the
true.
loading screen.
Yeah, it's true. So what can, all right, and I realize you guys are off in your own sort of set of cubicles there, doing your thing, artistically, creatively, whatever. But what do we think for the next patch? And there's a specific line here that says from Michael that says, I don't get to ask the question about Frostbite, but we don't have to worry about Frostbite because it's in the game now. But he didn't say I couldn't ask you about the next patch. So what's in the next patch that we get to appreciate?
I'm trying to think. What did we talk about?
Well, we're constantly trying to release more and more stuff.
Yeah, I think aren't because I think tier 10s are on PTS, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. The thing is, I don't know offhand if they're coming in 15 or 16. But those will be coming very soon, and those will be pretty cool.
Do you guys get to play those? Is there like a public test server in the office that you guys get to all share in?
Yeah, like daily we play, we do like a daily play test.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Internal servers.
Yeah, with an internal server, and it's usually with the most up to date stuff.
Okay.
There's a couple different versions, like because we have like sometimes there's like the live version, there's the version that's about to go out, and then the version after that. So there's like tiers of things that we're working on at the same time.
Sure.
Um,
Oh shit, I messed that one up. Oh sorry. Whoops. Bad language. My bad.
so good.
There you go. So, right. So there's like here's what we're doing next release. Here's what's on in the future for potentially the release after that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So the Merkava's coming. Have you guys played that yet? I'm totally. By the way,
Personally, not. No.
I've not.
Okay,
I've been playing the oh man, the leopard.
all right. I want the crowd to know that I have absolutely gone completely off the script at this point. By asking that question, we have just gone completely off the script. So I'm total apologies to your guys. Oh, there we go. Good shot right in his face. The Terminator. Good man. Oh, that was a good hit. What'd you just put in him for that?
AP up into his turret.
Okay. One coming off the mountainside. He's backing up. We got a shot into his rear. Got him. There we go. So you played what instead of the new leopard instead of the Merkava?
Yeah, I've been playing the leopard because it's got some pretty trollish armor, especially with the angle it has.
Okay.
The angle is mean.
I'm spotted by somebody, which means there's a new guy somewhere. There he
There's
is.
a weasel over there. That's who it is.
Don't back up too. Okay, good. Firing over your front. That made him less brave. That's one thing I would say about the AI is that it's not necessarily. It doesn't lose its brave pills when it starts getting smoked, which would be actually pretty cool if it did. If it like, wait a minute, I'm getting hit too many times, I'm gonna run away.
That would be pretty awesome to have a bit more a little more reaction.
Unique
Yeah,
interactions.
sort of
with them,
behavioral behavioral. Yeah, if it got hit 6 times, that it would run away and hide behind a building, where you'd maybe even have to chase it. That would be some frustrating shit to have to chase a weasel. In a challenger.
That's one of the things you always have to have to balance.
Yes, true.
Yeah, because like I know in some other games, like what's it called? I've been playing the Division a lot, and sometimes the AI in the Division is pretty damn good, because they have a lot of flanking tactics and stuff like that.
Really?
The Division, the AI is pretty cruel, especially the higher level AI, because they'll have one guy just keep firing at you while another guy like runs and tries to flank you.
Ooh, well, that's dastardly.
And stuff like that would be cool. Just a matter of making it so that it doesn't feel overly cruel. Because if you have like 2 or 3 weasels,
Yeah.
like just storming at you, that would be.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
No, that's true. Oh, that was a bit of lag there on the firing. Okay, interesting.
Once I jammed it.
There we go, right in the butt. There we go. Oh, who's on the roadblock? Oh, the Leo. All right. Well, he's by himself. There's nothing I'm going to do for him right now. Okay, so let's see here. While we're messing around, like I said, we sit through and blather all day. Blah 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 blah. Oh, okay. Favorite tier 6 and tier 7 vehicles, and since we're playing up to tier 7 today, Gus, favorite tier 6, tier 7 vehicle.
I'm trying to think if it's tier 6.
We'll lay it out. Oh man, artillery, you bastard.
My favorite vehicle in the game currently is the I can't remember if it's tier 6 or not. Is the RD. What's it called? RDFTL or FLT?
Yep.
The little.
The light tank you had loaded up.
Yeah, the light tank.
Right.
Like that little thing. It's tiny and it's fast, and it has with the retrofits I have, it has a pretty quick reload speed. And
Okay.
I can just like sit there and just bum rush people and pester them, and usually by the time they see me, I'm already behind them.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of more my play style. I'm much more of a rusher type than a. I'm either a rusher or I'm already, and I like a supporting team.
Okay. Wow, that is a very, very different. I just used my hash on the arty. That's like as the polar opposite of gameplay as you can get.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
The thing is that, like, well, both of them are support because I see a lot of light tanks more as uh, like kind of like scouts, even though they aren't scouts. I guess it's a carryover from Watt.
Yeah.
But just because I can engage with enemies fast and then leave that,
Sure.
I use my light tank to kind of spot enemies and then distract them so my teammates can just pummel into them. Because usually people panic when they see this fast little tank like running around them and forget that there's
Yep.
like 3 other MBTs
Yep.
just around the corner.
I'm getting smoked by a guy behind me, just so you know.
Oh wow, yeah, there's a Terminator back there, huh?
Yep. All right, I'm gonna get up to cap and try and tank this. The guys in cap, and I may die here, but I'm trying to give us some breathing
You're
space.
distracting the Terminator. He shouldn't chase you.
Okay. Dude. BMP is gonna be the one to kill first. All right. Okay. So what else do you like? Gus, what about you? Because I got Drew from that one. What about you?
No, that was me.
Sorry. Drew, what's
So-
yours?
And then for Drew.
Tier 6, tier 7. I haven't had too much luck with tier 6 or 7, honestly. I
Really?
also like to go down the my 2 favorite lines are the TD line and the light tank line as well, but the Stingrays aren't really what I'm looking for.
Yeah, no,
They're
me
alright,
either.
but
They're not my thing.
I think my favorite tank is actually a tier 5, and it's that ERC F490
Okay.
tank destroyer.
Yeah.
It's just,
Wheeled, quick.
yeah, it's wheeled, it's quick, it's small.
Yep.
Which is great, because as soon as you get up to the next tiers, you got these huge honking, easy to hit
Yep.
machines, and the ERC 90 is just so much more mobile.
That's I wasn't going the Weasel route or any of those. Oh man, I missed him. Any of the wheeled TD/scout type things, but the Weasel, and I know the Weasel's tracked. Don't get me wrong, guys, I get that, but I really was enjoying these really fast, small, quick things, and I one thing I love about this game is you can pick the map for the vehicle. I really, really like that. Because in real warfare, yeah, you got to fight with what you brought. But the fact of the matter is, when you know you're going somewhere, you're gonna plan your logistics to match the terrain. Which is why in Desert Storm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the hell it was we had, you ended up with dudes who showed up in desert camouflage as opposed to showed up in woodland camouflage. So I do think there's a bit of, if you can pick the vehicle for the map you're playing, it goes a long way to making your play style fit whatever it is that the mission is. I'm gonna try and
Definitely,
get up on this
especially
guy.
for some of the maps with artillery is not really too friendly on some of our maps right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So something that is something we're trying to work on, but also something that we're glad that players can hopefully have the foresight to avoid.
Well, but the fact of the matter is, you're going to need arty just because it doesn't work necessarily perfectly on the map. Oh well, the arty player's going to have to figure out over time, and he ought to want to figure out over. Did we lose?
Nope, we
Oh,
got it.
thank fuck. Okay. You get. That's the other thing I get. So I got to tell you this. I think you guys have fixed it, but there's a glitch in the last patch that there's certain missions that you win, but the screen that pops up says defeat. I was like, holy shit, how did I just lose that mission? And then the next screen, which is the how much you won and all that sort of stuff, says victory. I'm like, wait a minute, did I lose? Did I win? Because I get so engrossed in the game that I don't know half the time whether we won or lost because I'm just trying to kill shit. All right, so we did well on that one. Drew,
Okay.
you were playing, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
I beat you. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, what? By
188.
188.
That's how this is going to go. We're going to degenerate this now into just, yeah, it's just going to turn into a shit show, isn't it?
Points game.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so tell me, give me, we're getting back on script here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So we're down to the point where we talked about tier 6 and 7 vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And the next line is, I think that the viewers would really like to know some game insider tips that you guys do with your modules and refits and retrofits and crew and stuff. Is there anything different that you guys think really? Because I know that there's things that stack and things that don't stack, and then there's also all of the boosts that you have and things like that. Is there something that you found, both of you, that is like something that works all the time that you think this is really giving me an edge?
For me, I tend to.
Ooh, okay.
Almost all my tanks, all my light tanks.
Yep.
I always make sure I have energy drinks and synthetic oil. It's always loaded.
Really?
Yeah. So that way my crew gets a buff and my tank gets a buff. And then I like on my RDF LT, I have the auto fire extinguisher, synthetic oil, and an energy drink. And then so that way my tank's like it's already fast, but now it's going even faster.
Yeah.
Just and then with all my crew skills on that just makes it exponentially like stack.
Okay.
So that I can just zoom past people and just not be hit as much as possible.
I do pretty much the same thing with the energy drinks and the synthetic oil. The only difference I make is I don't take the auto fire extinguisher.
Mm-hmm.
I take the spare parts kit just so I can quick repair if somebody does manage to track me because I gotta get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys do not use first aid kits?
Not on light tanks. I took one on the MBT that we were just on.
Right.
But
I tend not to use first aid kits because I usually.
Wow.
To me, by the time if my crew is dying, I'm probably already dead. In 90% of the time.
Don't survive getting hit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, this is huge. I'm. Please talk.
Yeah. So for my RDF, that's how my loadout tends to be, and I tend to cater the rest of my stuff to that. So I make sure that I have like on my RDF I have the chrome barrel. And then I have gyroscopic stabilizers, and I have the braided Kevlar. So I try to stack the crew stats as much as I can.
Okay.
Just so I can get more out of the speed and turn and aiming and all that stuff.
Okay. So I've got on my. I'm going to use the VFM Mark V.
Mm-hmm.
I have the chrome. I've got reinforced ammo rack, enhanced drivetrain, which gives me turret traverse and max speed, and then I have the braided Kevlar wiring.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you on some of that stuff, but we got to go back to this whole consumables thing because, wait, who just unscrewed a cap on a whiskey bottle?
It wasn't a whiskey bottle; it's my water bottle.
No, that shit was whiskey, dude. I know the sound of a cork in a bourbon bottle.
I wish. No, it's just a water bottle. A really well sealed water bottle.
Wow, you guys are playing some fun stuff there on Sunday at the office. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, so all right, hang on. Go ahead, say what you're going to deny, what you're going to deny, and then we'll get back to the questions.
No, I was going to say, like, if we were drinking, most likely it wouldn't be, as long as it's on lunchtime, we have, like, a drink, it's not that bad. But,
okay.
But, yeah.
All right. Hey, look, it's Sunday, man. Praise Jesus. You can do whatever you want to do. All right, so I have a repair kit, first aid kit, fire extinguisher, and let me ask this, and this may spin people up. Do you do the field rebuild kit or do you do the mid-tier field maintenance kit?
I tend to take the maintenance kit just so I don't feel like I have that second chance.
Yeah.
So I'm more careful and I actually play tactically.
Yep.
It gives me the ammo back, which is normally what I'm concerned with.
Yeah, exactly.
Is I'll run out of either my primary ammo source or all of my ammo, and I need to get it all back, and that's really all I care about.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. Gus, what about you?
I tend to go the other route, and I use the field rebuild kit,
Okay.
and generally like I just because usually if I play PvE, I tend to stick to the MBT, so I'm always at the front line.
Okay. Right, you're
So
tanking hard, yeah.
yeah, I'm usually using all my ammo, and by the time I have to actually use it, I'm down and almost no health anyways. So
Okay.
just charges me all the way back up, and I can just keep.
Yeah, usually use it before you die, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. I'm like Drew on the philosophy behind it. Um, but I will tell you there are a couple of maps where I go, shit, if I'm going to do this map, maybe I should try the field rebuild kit. I haven't done it yet, and one of them is um, I can't, it's one of the refinery maps that is so flippin' difficult to win on. I can't remember the map name right now, but Jesus Christ,
I'm
it's
pretty sure I know exactly which one you're
it's like
talking about, but I'm blanking on the name.
it's like Alien, man. At the end, when you get ready to get to the end there, 8,000 tanks pop up
Mm-hmm.
and want to just smoke you. There's a railroad track that crosses. You start on the south.
Banshee.
Is it Banshee?
Banshee. That's it.
Yeah, southwest corner. The map is west to east. You've got to hit some pump stations or something along the way. There's a railroad track that runs north
Yeah, you have
south.
to go all the way around the train. You can't cut across
That's
it.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
that
Banshee.
fucking map. Oh my god. Sorry, that was an F bomb. All right, that darn map. Ding dangly dong it. That's a tough one. Okay, so uh, I'm interested in this whole first aid kit thing. So I should drop my first aid kit, and I should go with the protein drink, energy drink.
Yeah, I mean that's what I do on my especially on my light tanks, just
Yeah.
because I just I like having the additional speed and just all the bump to crew stats.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask this: um, if I've got a first aid kit loaded, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I drop my first aid kit, does it go into inventory, or do I just get reimbursed for it?
Believe it goes into inventory.
I think yeah, I
It,
think so.
it goes into inventory, kind of like
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's
the
X1.
drinks,
Yep.
the
got it.
energy drinks.
Yep. All right.
Because you are actually rewarded energy drinks through PVE gameplay sometimes.
Okay.
So you might notice that you already have a bunch.
Nope.
Oh,
Wait, I've got a.
I don't know if you've been.
I have one protein bar. No, I have 87 energy drinks. Holy
Yep.
shit!
Yep. So those are all free.
Wow.
You've already paid for those, basically.
Wow, where did they come from?
They come from PVE rewards. It's hidden in one of the tabs that says that you've been rewarded with an energy drink somewhere.
Really?
But most people who play PVE will notice that they have quite a few energy drinks if they haven't been using them already.
All right, guys. So everybody who's watching this video, check your shit out. You've got protein bars. I've got one free protein bar. I got one first aid kit, which I just put back in there, and I've got 87 energy drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, my crew is going to be jittery for like 3 weeks. Perfect. Okay, all right. So I'm going to use the Mark V. You've got the RDF light tank. Ready? All right, we're going to find a PvE mission. Something just happened.
I've readied.
Oh, okay. All right. Hard. Scorpio. Yeah, we'll do Scorpio. I want to see how you play this map, because I'm not good at Scorpio. Okay, so let's get back to some questions here. We did the retrofits and all that sort of, which was really interesting. Thank you very much for that, guys. I appreciate your thoughts on that. Now, we've set up our vehicles. We're going to jump into some matches. So, what do you guys think about the current state of PvE play in the game? And let me reiterate to everybody who's watching, these are purely the opinions of the two guys who are with me right now, and not necessarily the opinions of Obsidian Entertainment, My.com, or Armored Warfare. So HR knows who's talking.
Yeah, yeah. I think PvP right now is slowly getting to where we want it to be.
Okay.
It's been a big progression. Because I think initially we want to have something interesting to throw in to give a nice little additional option.
Right.
But the reception to it
It's huge.
was yeah, it was huge. It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
And like that caught us completely off guard.
Yep.
And I think it's pretty obvious that we kind of like had to basically switch a lot of gears in order to kind of compensate for that.
Yep.
Because we not intended for it to be as big of a deal as it ended up being.
I think it did. I think everybody underestimated exactly what reception PvE was going to get, and I missed that. Yeah, I think it took everybody by surprise, and I think I'm not going to ask, and I wouldn't guess what the number of players on any particular server is PvE versus PvP, but I would guess there's a significant number of guys that are doing this versus doing that. And I find it to be very, very comfortable and rewarding and enjoyable, relaxing gameplay to do this. I have an energy drink on hand to help you. Oh, how do I do that? All right, so my energy drink thing just popped up. Help me. What do I do?
It should be automatic.
Yeah, it should be automatic.
If you have it equipped, it automatically consumes it.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever you level the mission, it'll automatically take it.
So I just got a window that said, "Hey, you've got an energy drink."
Oh, huh.
I don't remember that image.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it said given one. Like, did you kill a? They used to drop for bosses, but I'm not sure why.
I've never seen it drop for a boss, but that's cool. Oh, Artie's coming. Fuck you. That was
it already hit me once.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm out of here.
But I think because of that, we've had to kind of like change up our approach to PvE, and that's why you're starting to see a lot of changes in how we're doing things now, especially like in Albatross, where we're trying to vary it up and make it more interesting overall.
Oh yeah.
Instead, and just so that every time we play the map, it's not exactly the same. It's a little bit different. It makes it more unique and interesting for the player.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that was the first thing about Albatross. When I got in the map, it was gorgeous, and then the second thing was, it was cool because there were lots of mission things I had to do, and then I played it again. I was like, wait a minute, it's not the same. And I was like, okay, I really like this a lot. Got him. Okay.
Artie is lighting me up.
Yeah. Well, you're next to the T-72, who's been hitting a good chunk of. Get away from that guy.
I'm gonna see if I can't spot him.
All right. I'll take a shot on the air, Eddie. That was a good hit. All right. Spotted. He's going after you, but I just put a hit into him.
There he is.
No effect, and he just smoked me for good points.
He's gone.
Damn. Can you help me with this VFM?
Yeah, let's see if I can get a shot.
Thank you.
Oh.
All right. Somebody killed him anyway.
Take credit for that.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'm going to take that guy. Come around the corner. Oh, dead. Did you get Artie out?
Yeah, the Artie's gone.
Oh.
Come on. Come on. There he is.
He's back out.
No. Okay, he's come out now. I don't have a shot. All right, let me see while I'm thinking about this. What's next here? Okay, so PV took everybody by surprise, and you guys are definitely moving forward with varying mission requirements and things like that, which I think is brilliant. How is that going to? How are we going to? And you probably can't answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. The loot and stuff like that comes into this, do you see that being one of those things that, as the mission varies, the loot and prizes and stuff that a mercenary would be able to comb off the battlefield is going to vary as well?
Well, it is already varied to a small degree. With there's multipliers in place depending on what objectives are and are not activated. We don't want it to vary too drastically because we don't want you to get Albatross expecting a certain amount of reward at the end and being vastly disappointed.
Sure.
So no matter which version of Albatross you actually get, we want the reward to be pretty similar across the board.
Okay, that makes sense. I just got spotted through the bushes. I'm waiting for that split second to be able to hit this guy, and he's hidden now. Come on. So, what kind of mouse are you guys using?
Dell.
Oh, wow.
Generic work mouse.
Yeah,
Wow.
generic work mouse.
I would think they would give you guys like the shizzle, the top kit.
I mean, if we asked for it, we could get it. But the thing is that in my day to day, I don't need
Yeah, true.
anything too complex.
Right.
And if I need more technical response, I have an actual Wacom tablet that I can use.
Oh, okay.
And that's a lot more fine for like painting and stuff like that.
There are also other various minor issues with high-end gaming mice. They sometimes have such a good response on the clicking that in certain editors or programs you're using, you'll accidentally double-click when you don't mean to, and it messes up what you're currently working on. So having a pretty standard mouse while you're at work is actually beneficial most of the time.
That makes sense. Oh my god. Oh, I'm down to heat, that's why. Ooh. There we go. Gotta let that heat float across the battlefield.
Oh, yeah, you gotta time it a little bit better.
You do. You have to time it a little better. Because it's gotta lob itself across the entire battlefield.
Oh, it's there's a right next to you, Drew.
Yeah.
Bagel
Took a
Panda.
shot at me. One of his 8. The rest are coming.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh.
Bagel pants
Oh,
are
and
shit.
now right in the back.
All right, hang on.
You can rush.
Call me,
You have
call me,
your
call
light
me.
tank.
Oh, he's gone.
All right,
It's the one behind me that's doing me the most damage. It's
Yeah.
Stingray.
dude. All right, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Just if you point out a target, I'll take him out for you. Oh, he's turned. You bastard. It's a good curve.
He's looking at somebody else to see if
He's
I
looking
can...
at me.
Oh,
Oh, that's one thing that's got to be done, guys. This snapshot thing is killing me.
Mm-hmm.
Where they sense you, and all of a sudden they just, as they're turning their barrel, they just whack you for a full damage roll. It's like, god damn.
Yeah.
When I have to aim.
Part of that I think was due to recent server changes and just like it's one of those things where you smash one bug and then
Yeah.
like 3 other bugs spawn open.
Sure, it's
So-
a law of unintended consequences.
Yeah. So I think that was an optimization pass, and they basically like to reduce, I guess, some of the load on the server. And I'm not a programmer.
Yeah, no, right.
Just the caveat. This is my perception of what it was, so I'm not 100% sure if this is correct. But basically, there was like a optimization pass, and then part of the optimization was like reducing the updating of the turret position, even though their positions even though it's actually looking at you,
Yeah.
it doesn't update properly. It's
Right.
not updating 1-to-1. So they're looking at you, but the turret just hasn't turned.
You just don't see that they're looking at you yet.
Yeah.
Right, but also when you come around a corner and they are not necessarily looking at you,
hmm
like that guy, he was totally looking at me that time. Fine, fair enough. But the fact of the matter is, there are times where they spin their turret and they shoot like. I'm not a twitchy gamer. I'm really not a twitchy gamer.
Mm-hmm.
But like my 14-year-old kid on Red Bull would not be able to respond as fast as like
Yeah.
the AI in this game. And it's
Yeah.
always when you're about to die that they're like, yeah, we'll take you out with that one.
Well, some of it is that we didn't want the AI. So the AI use a lot of the same systems that the players use with the aim time and whatnot, and we didn't want the AI necessarily to be too accurate and too damaging and powerful. So we didn't want them to, perfectly place all their shots on all your weak points. So a lot of the time, we have the AI just fire as soon as they're looking at you.
Yeah.
And then there's just law of averages that if they were going to pen you anyways, now they just hit you instantly instead of
This is true,
a
right?
second later. Yes.
Okay, all right, Drew. Let me tell you this, brother. If this is your law of averages, you and I are going to Vegas because that shit hits me every time in the ass.
So yeah, again, I don't work in
I know.
I work on the design end, and I don't know exactly what does or does not go into it, but I know that we didn't want them to take a long time between their shots.
No, and I think that's fair enough. I think that, my sort of take on this is as your crew gets better, and I'm assuming that we're going to see crew skills be able to go up to different levels beyond where they're at right now. But I would think that as a player plays this more and more, and he invests the time in his crew and his vehicle and all of the things that he can get with it, he will also eventually be the person that is that good. The minute he turns, he fires, it's going to be that good. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. There are times where it's really frustrating when you have 17 kills, you're the last guy on your team at Perseus, and 4 vehicles snapshot you at once and take out all your health. Yeah, sure, but in the real game, I don't have a problem with it. All right, so teams. Damn, Drew, you smoked me.
Did I get you that time?
Yeah, brother, you totally smoked me that time.
Nice.
I'm telling you, the RDF,
Yeah.
that tank is
Really?
favorite. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So it's but isn't it basically the VFM Mark V?
Maybe.
It
yeah.
felt pretty similar. I haven't actually driven that tank before. I have done the VMF5 before several times, but that was my first time in the RDF. It felt weaker. Like I got hit hard, even from things that I didn't think were going to hit me as hard as they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a smaller health pool, and it's a smaller overall body.
Yeah.
But it's a lot faster, I feel like, than the VFM.
Okay.
Which is why I like it, because I just like to just run through a level and really just pester people.
Okay. Well, all right. So let's do this. Are you guys good on time? Are we bumping up against time on y'all here?
No, we're good.
Because okay. All right. So let's do this. Let me let's get into one more game. Drew, pick another tank. And I'll ask a couple more questions, and then we'll end this episode, and we'll switch over to the next episode. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And while we're
CD this time.
ooh, Centauro. Oh, but hang on.
You still have to set that one up too, though.
Oh, that one's not set up yet.
No, not like
No, it's cool.
Let's find one that's set up. So
Set that up. Set it up. I'll ask questions while you're setting it up, and I won't play the same vehicle. I'm going to play the T80. So go ahead and set that the Centauro 120, and which is so OP. I really like that vehicle a lot.
I haven't actually played it yet.
It's
dude,
really powerful.
it is a murderer. Yeah,
I just every time I play it, I get killed in PvP because as soon as somebody spots me, everybody hits me.
Yep, that's they want to take that thing off the battlefield because it is Murder Inc. Okay, so Gus, talk a little bit about what you bring to the game and what we as players should see from your contributions. And because we didn't get into the whole thing about what exactly it is that you guys do, but you're like atmospheric artist, and and Drew, we'll talk about your stuff as well. But when a player goes into a map that you've worked on, what should they think of as your contribution to that?
Let me see. I think up to this point, besides Albatross, I've been doing a lot of the desert maps.
Okay.
So, and I think my biggest area within the desert maps is in pipelines. You know that village, that big sprawling village that you see.
Yeah.
That was like the one of the main things that I had to tackle. There's a whole system for setting up those buildings so that they could destroy piece by piece, and then doing the interiors and then all the stuff that's on top of them, and then laying out that whole area. That was like one of the big things that I ended up doing, and I had a lot of fun. It was a bit of a headache at times because the way those buildings are set up, they're modular.
Yeah.
So there's I think 42 pieces to make that city, and all the pieces are interchangeable, so they all have to blend with each other.
Okay.
And so that's how I set up that city. So with that, I can make 1,000 different combinations of buildings.
Right.
So that's how I was able to reduce the amount of stuff I can put while making it look really.
So it's almost plug and play on a base. Like if you had just terrain, you could plug and play that and make any combination or size of villages that you wanted to.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool.
Like different sizes of buildings, different components for the buildings. Like this this building will have 3 doors and 2 windows and a
Right.
second story and all this other stuff.
So I can tell you, I spent almost 12 years in Afghanistan, and I can tell you that crashing through some of the buildings and seeing like the beds and the wash basins and the flooring and the the little village area with the carts with the fruit on it and shit like that, I can tell you that it's pretty spot on.
Oh,
Like,
thanks.
I wish I could take a tank and drive through some of the villages in Afghanistan that I'd been in and smash through some of the buildings, but it's pretty spot on. What is missing from this is that in a lot of places, the it's all walled in compounds, so you don't really, so you do have walls in yours, and I get that, but in Afghanistan, most of the buildings are outside the cities. The walls are on the outside, the building is in the middle, so it's sort of moat, bailey, and keep kind of things, as opposed to a building being one component of a wall of the compound. But that's just them because they're crazy about shit like that. But no, I really enjoyed crashing through some of them, seeing like fabric flying and crashing carts and all the Hesco Bastion. I can't tell you how much Hesco Bastion I lived through in my life. All right, so we're into the next mission here. We are gonna do. We got Scorpio again. We've got Direwolf. All right, we're gonna try Direwolf.
Cool. All right.
All right, let's do it. Yeah. So no, I think that the environmentals, and that's like I said to everybody. This is how we got started. The environmentals in this, I think, are outstanding. I really, really do enjoy those, and it is a significant difference from other games with armored vehicles that I have played or seen played, because you do get the feeling that you've got wind blowing and you've got dust and you've got nighttime and you've got fog and you've got dust storms and all that, and I really, really think it's great. So keep that up. That's really good work.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I said earlier that I feel like this is the best project I've worked on, because everybody here is really dedicated to making a really good product, and the art team especially are just really, really dedicated to making quality work, and that's as strange as it sounds, that's rare at a lot of companies.
No, I don't. I think you're right. I think a lot of places people are just focused on hitting the milestone on the calendar they've got to hit. And if it's not quite right, or the blocking's not there, or they've still got collision model issues, fuck it. We hit the model. I mean, we hit the calendar. All right. So, Drew, where are you going?
I'm going to try and stay back, but I'm still going to look down this corridor
right.
here. Hopefully I can hit the guys on the hill.
Why don't I spot down G-line and see if we can't if I can get down G-line a bit to open. Oh, he took a big old hit, didn't he?
Yeah, he shouldn't have gone face first.
No, he shouldn't have. He should have let me go face first. Good alpha on this thing. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, okay, he backed off. You see that AI took that shot on the guy and then backed off. That was really cool.
Yeah, I think that's something where we're starting to get in more dynamic stuff like that.
Yeah, we're constantly upgrading the AI as much as we can. It's a very complicated system, so there's a lot of small changes that get made over time.
All right, I'm not going to spot the whatchamacallums there right off the bat, because obviously we've got
so close, Drew. So close.
I take a few risks that I shouldn't. I almost hit Dan DeLam man with that shot.
It was like right behind his turret.
Yeah.
It was like as he was reversing, it was like a fraction of a centimeter as the shell passed.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I've done that before. All right, I'm going to take a big old hit from somebody here.
I'm going to push forward a little bit because they're all out of shot. Get that Abrams.
Well, I do like the alpha on this T-80. Russian tanks have got some serious Putin-type guts. Can I hit him? Can I hit him? Can I hit him? Nope. He's dead anyway. All right.
Almost got the ramp up.
Okay. There's another one coming, so I'm going to hit him. So
Keep
this
driving
also...
in front of me, they're going to get hit.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh my god, the weasel just came up behind me, reversed past me, and then looked at me. That was awesome.
Off.
He is. He's just like, hey, buddy. See ya. I got to tell you, I've spent some time in the other stands as well, like Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, all that stuff. And a lot of these towns look very, very much like that. What you need is more mobile phone advertising. On all the buildings, there should be like mobile phone advertising and used car advertising, and a ton load more like old model BMWs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because every like ex-Russian punk who lives in the stands tries to find himself some sort of BMW X5 or some shit like that, and then they put all the speed stickers on it, you know, and then they drive them around, and they're all beat to pieces. It's really funny. You guys should be able to take trips to like Uzbekistan. Like if you guys could get to Tashkent and take photographs, I don't know if they give you the opportunity to do that, but you should totally take them up on it.
That would be cool. I would be down for a reference photo trip.
Oh,
that always
yeah.
helps.
Yeah.
But there, like, well, I'm not sure. Fortunately or unfortunately, there's lots of reference footage of that area, just because of news and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
true. That's true. I mean, Poland and Eastern Europe to me are different than the stands. Oh, how did I miss that? Drunk Russian. Because the stands are very, very like leftover from 1953 Stalin's Soviet Union type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's like this overlay of very consumerism-driven product. And whereas you get Poland and stuff like that, they actually got some growth into infrastructure that other places didn't. So they're a bit more modern, but it is some really cool stuff to go to those places and see like what people think is neat. All right, I'm taking a shot on this guy.
It's a completely different culture.
It really is, yeah.
The artillery is just not letting me.
Is that what was hitting you?
Yeah, he keeps hitting me every
All right.
time one of the guys spots me.
Yeah, that did not get fixed like I thought it would. Okay, here it comes on me. All right, he hit me that time.
Maybe there's two of them.
Yeah, there he
There's
is.
one of them.
Take off that. Come on, get him. There we go. Oh, shoot. All right. Let me try and whip down there to that. Behind me, Abrams. I'll be busy with this guy for a minute. I'm getting hit from behind
Ah.
by a leopard.
And that hill is doing you.
Yeah, no, this hill's not working with me here.
No.
I want to move forward because then that leopard will hit me.
Yeah, the leopard is just waiting for you to pop out.
Now I can get a shot on him.
All right, I can take the stingray out.
Well, the leopard left, but he's headed towards the point.
I might be able to get a shot in on him. No, he's. Oh, wait. No, I can't get the leopard.
Nice. Okay. Oh.
Don't look at me. Look at someone else.
All right, so they've left me alone.
Oh.
Right over top of him.
Yeah, he went down the ridge.
Shit. All right, I'm coming to cap now. Boy, they will pile guys on cap, won't they?
Yeah,
If you're
they-
not in there.
Yeah. All right, I'm moving as fast as I can to cap. So, in the meantime, let's see if there's any last questions here to go through on this particular episode.
Yeah, if there's anything else you want to ask me, feel free.
Yeah, so talk about a little bit about map making and what your goal is when you design a map. And that question was highlighted in red by Michael, so I may have totally... Let's see what he says here. I'm not sure Drew specifically designs PV maps, but we can talk about overall goals. Yeah, talk about overall goals. Oh shit, I got smoked. Damn, I got hit hard.
So for me, it's like a combination of making the map good, but also making sure that there are lots of key points so the player can be able to identify where they're going or how they're like different, make each part of the map look distinct enough that it's not just like I'm in generic field 2 and you're in generic field 3.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
it's like, oh, I'm at the lighthouse, and oh, hey, you're next to the sunken airplane or something, the downed aircraft.
Okay.
Like having callouts so you know where the map is, because that helps orientation. So anytime you're like running through a map, like say you're trying to run away from somebody,
Yeah.
that you end up somewhere, you're like, okay, I know exactly where I am and where to go from there. That's one of the big key things for me, is making it look unique.
Right. Distinctive landmark features that you can use as reference points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, well, let me ask you this: in the military, we had phase lines. So when we had a map, typically there was a like an acetate overlay that was put on there, and somebody would use some sort of marker or wax pencil or whatever, and they would say, okay, this is phase line Charlie, this is phase line Delta, this is phase line Echo, and so you would be able to reference to everyone else, like along the way, where you were in relation to those different phase lines. It would be very interesting on something like this to have as part of the whole mission planning that there's going to be a series of things at phase line Delta that you are going to have to take care of as part of the mission, whether it's bunkers or whatever it is, and then the enemy team. So that's in PvE. You say like there's 4 phase lines that correspond to the missions that you're doing, secondary objectives, primaries, whatever. And at phase line Delta, you have to hold the defense point at D2, and then but in PvP, each team would have phase lines on their map the other team couldn't see, that they could refer to if people were in platoons or whatever. Say, hey, dude, me and my guy are scouting out phase line Charlie, and there's some sort of objective you've got to take and hold from the enemy team there, while the rest of your guys are doing phase line Echo, and there's something over there. I'm throwing it out there because hopefully people in your office will watch that later on. And maybe that's too much. Maybe people don't need to like talk about a phase line because they could say hit the objective in Delta 2. I don't know. But and we would name them weird shit like you'd have Cadillac, Pontiac, Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, and Oldsmobile. Those would be phase lines, right? Or there would be like Coke, Pepsi, Sprite, Dr. Pepper, whatever. Like you just do random stuff. Anyway. All right, so look, let's do this. Let's go ahead and just call this about part 1 right now.
Okay.
And that'll give it. I'm gonna pause the video and get another beer. You guys can switch who's on the computer, and then we'll come back for part 2 of this inaugural episode of Tank Gear. So, everybody out there, I hope you've really enjoyed this episode. Wait a minute, let's see what me and Drew did here. All right, so I beat Drew on this one. Okay, cool. I know we did a lot of talking, folks. Stick around. We're going to do another one where Gus is playing.
Way more damage, though. Just barely.
Yeah, he did way more, but he's driving the Centaurus. Of course he did more damage. It's the finger of God.
I didn't realize the Centauro was that crazy. I think I start playing it.
Yeah, the gun on this thing is super insane. All right, guys, so this is the end of part 1 of the inaugural episode of Tank Gear. I've got Drew and Gus from Obsidian Entertainment playing with me today. We will be back for part 2 in just a minute. We're going to let the guys switch out who's on the computer, because apparently Obsidian can only afford one computer for their guys to play on. So they're using generic like mouse from Kmart and sharing a keyboard and a headset. There's 2 guys jammed underneath one headset. But we'll give them a couple of seconds to switch out, and we'll be right back. So stick around, folks, for part 2 of this. Thanks for watching. This is Tanks for the Mammeries playing Armored Warfare with Gus and Drew from Obsidian Entertainment. We'll be back in just a second.